Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Q&A show. I'm your co-host, Frankie J.
And I'm J-Word, where you bring us the questions and we deliver the answers. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it with
the Q&A show. All right.
How are you?
Well, excusez-moi. I'm doing just fine, and yourself?
I'm pretty good. I got a glass of wine this time again.
Yeah, you're going bougie on me. You're going bougie. I like those glasses, though, with that
Thank
outfit.
you so very much.
The ensemble.
I try a little bit.
What, you got a date on after this or something?
Nah, I wish.
Y'all fellas hear that? She said she wished she had a date.
Yep, I wish.
Website, QandAshow.com. Drop J-Word, your name and number. All right, so first up we got Cougar from Chi-Town. Like Maverick.
Okay.
All right, Cougar from Chi-Town says, I am a 55-year-old, very sexy and attractive woman, and I'm stacked like a 25-year-old Instagram model, and I'm financially set.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, pat yourself on the back.
Exactly.
I have a 30-year-old boyfriend, and we've been together for almost a year. I couldn't ask for a better man. Okay.
Child.
Everything has been great between us except the backlash we received from family and friends. His family and friends tell him that I will be old and unattractive in a few years and soon enough with health problems. They tell him that he's wasting his youthful years. On top of that, my family tells me that I'm setting a bad example for my 3 children. My kids are 20, 23, and 35. My 35-year-old son doesn't speak to me because my boyfriend is younger than him, and my brother doesn't speak to me because my brother doesn't speak to me and told me that my boyfriend is just having fun until he finds a woman of his own age. He said men date younger, not older, and I need to start acting my age. Another concern is that my boyfriend has no children. He says he doesn't care for children, but I see how good he is with his own nieces and nephews. Could this relationship work lifelong?
No.
Is this man my forever man?
No.
All right, go on, Jay. Word. You got the wheel.
What's her name again? Miss Cougar.
Her name is Cougar. Don't you forget it, it's Cougar.
Yeah, exactly. She named herself right.
And she's a nice old lady.
No, she's not even a cougar. After Cougar is something else, and she's at that something else stage. She's 55. So that part.
That's a cougar.
No,
that's a cougar.
it's, after 55 is something else. It's not a panther. I forget what it is.
A hyena. Damn.
That's basically what
I mean, y'all.
At this point in her age, some stuff starting to sag that at 30 it's not sagging.
She said that she's cut up. She's built like a brick house.
Okay.
Like a 25-year-old.
Let me explain something to you.
Talk to me.
Okay. How old is J-Lo?
J-Lo?
Yeah, isn't she around the same age?
J-Lo about almost rocking 60. Yeah.
J-Lo's in shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Her body now ain't the same body at 30. I don't care how in shape you are. It's not the same body. It's a 50-something-year-old in shape body. I applaud her for it, although I don't particularly care for it, but it's not the same body.
Okay, all right.
But in this case, ma'am, you mentioned so many things that are so wrong that you already know this is wrong, but you don't want to be right. So, okay, do what you want to do. Okay, but that may be your forever man because you get a little long in the tooth. He still got some years ahead of him. But you definitely ain't his forever woman.
You get a little long in the tooth.
Exactly. Unless there's some tragic accident, you ain't his forever woman. It is what it is. And recently, that young boy that married Demi Moore, Ashton Kutcher, he admitted that he was never attracted to her like that.
Demi Moore fine as I don't know what.
But he said he did that for his career.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to celebrity name drop. I don't know, but I'm going to say this here. Mm-hmm. That 55-year-old woman can do what she want to do. You a cougar, you a hyena, whatever they want to call you, mama.
Just like you the pervert in the club. We're going to call it what it is.
You do whatever it is you want to do. But I will say this. You are rolling the dice. At that huge of an age gap. Now, he's only, what, 30?
Yep, 30.
He's 30 years old, you 55. Let me tell you something. In 10 years, he's only going to be 40. And you're going to be, what, 65? 65. Look, it's a huge roll of the dice because he might find someone younger. He could be infatuated. You know what I'm saying?
He had mommy issues.
Maybe she's spoiling him a little bit. Maybe the fact that older woman is doing things that young women don't do. And I ain't talking about just sexually. Maybe she,
cooks. Knows how to cook.
Not only that, maybe she just caters to him, bringing him his meal and his drink.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe before a little intimacy. Maybe she's in there cooking with some heels on. Have mercy.
There you go.
She in there cooking with some heels on and an apron and got her legs all down. And she's looking so delectable.
Calm down.
Sorry.
Calm down.
So I think maybe that's me talking.
Yes, it is.
But she does have to be careful. It could be true love. Maybe he does love her. But
okay.
The thing with time and love, it changes.
Absolutely.
Time changes.
You either grow together, you grow apart.
Yeah. Now she is who she is. He's only 30. He will grow again.
Yeah.
Or let me just change again. Mature. His way of thinking will definitely change by the time he's 40. And men usually do date younger than as opposed to older. I don't see anything wrong with it, but I can see where her son is coming from. That's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Older kids.
Yeah, like
two are younger than him. One is older than him.
I can't. I can't. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. That's a hard one to deal with. Your mama's boyfriend is younger than you. That's a whole lot.
That's a lot.
I would say this, Cougar. I hope the love flourishes, and I hope it does last. But just understand and be prepared. If it doesn't, I don't think that's right to say. You shouldn't be prepared for something.
Yeah, we can't predict what's gonna happen.
Right, but I say this: make sure you use them fish oils for your joint, and them omegas, baby. Cause listen, these knees, they ain't 30-year-old knees no more at 55. You understand what I say?
Oh, I definitely understand.
They ain't the same, baby.
I most definitely.
And look here, when you going to sleep at 7:30, at 8 o'clock, listen, he's still up talking about stuff. He watching the game. It's 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's gonna be a difference. It's gonna be that's the difference right there.
Oh yeah. My bedtime is 10.
I shouldn't have said that.
And it's quickly becoming 9.
Listen, that's true though. That's true because I start getting tired. My body wears down like about 9, right? And it just
but yeah, look, when we was in our 20s, we go to the club all night long, get home at 3, 4 in the morning, get up for work the next day, it was nothing.
And there was no such thing as a nap. I never had a nap till I turned 40.
Sure wasn't.
I ain't know what a nap was. But this woman, just keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully you can bring some type of peace to your family. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think any relationship should tear up your family. If you had a good family structure to begin with. So she really should be thinking about that. I don't know if it's really worth it. But hey, it's your life, live it.
Hey, like they say, love is love, baby. And it is. And love is a battlefield. And it is what it is. Do what you do. I hope it works out.
All right, let's go straight to the next one.
There we go.
We are getting to the next question with Big J from Brick City.
Big J, Brick City in the building.
Big J says, can somebody please tell me WTF is the true definition of a broke man? Oh, okay. I hear women always using the term towards men who don't want to pay for something, but is it But is he considered broke?
Listen. Oh, for sure. We about that. You done struck a nerve with this one. Big J, I've been dying for somebody to tell me, a woman, what is the definition of a broke man? Y'all keep calling everybody's broke. It's like every black man especially is broke.
Oh.
Like what?
I think it's subjective.
Man, I think it's just a way of trying to hurt a man's feelings.
True.
You know, a black man especially has been called broke since we were brought to this country. Now, I don't know why women still use the term, because we don't get our feelings hurt by it no more.
You should.
We don't.
You should.
We don't get our feelings hurt by it.
That's the sole purpose.
Man,
to
look,
hurt your feelings.
hold on, man. Wait a minute. You know why this struck a chord?
Why?
Because I was just called broke 2 weeks ago.
What?
This woman called me broke up in the spot. I'm in the lounge. I'm chilling. I'm talking to this lady, and she says, "Well, we've been talking for about 5-10 minutes. I mean, that's all it was." And she says, "So you gonna buy me a drink?" And I was really on the fence because she initiated that I buy a drink. I was already gonna do it. She already had a drink that had this much left, and if we would kept talking, and by the time she got finished her drink, I would have offered to buy her a drink.
Yeah.
But this was the kicker. She says, "So we've been talking. You gonna buy me a drink?" I said, "Yeah, come on. Let's go over to the bar. I'll buy you a drink. Let's get a drink." Then her girlfriend comes over there and says, "Oh, you gotta buy my girlfriend a drink too." Listen, these are grown women. You telling me I gotta buy your girlfriend a drink? I said no. Matter of fact, I'm not even buying you a drink. And they turned away and they walked away. And the one I was talking to was like, I could hear her say, "These such and such broke Negroes. I'm tired of these broke Negroes." Now, I'm not broke, but I'm not rich. I'm not gonna say the establishment, because
What type of was it high end, low end, where?
I don't go to high. I can't afford high end, so it was mid grade. It was on our level where you've been there before. Put it like that. You've been there before.
Okay.
So, I mean, it don't matter. See, you a woman. It don't matter where you go. You can go low end, high end. It don't matter. These women will offer you to buy them a drink, and their girlfriends, and maybe all their girlfriends.
That's a problem.
Man, look here, man. Yes, people are like, "Damn, he going crazy." Yes, I'm going crazy. Yes, I'm pissed about it. And like, what's my name? My man name?
Big J from the Brick.
Big J from Brick
City.
City. He's right. What is the definition of a broke man?
There's no definition.
You smart today. You smart today. J word is on it today.
It's something that is genuinely something that women do to try and tear down a man because they didn't get that free drink. It is what it is. That free drink, that free appetizer, that free meal, whatever it is. But I will say this. Women who make over a certain amount of money, whatever that amount may be, we don't tend to do that. We're having a good conversation. Well, see, I can tell you right now, the conversation was fake because she was trying to string you along long enough for you to buy her a drink.
I can bite that.
The conversation should just flow, and you shouldn't even be thinking about the next drink.
Let me tell you something.
All right.
I keep telling you, it don't matter the establishment. It don't matter what a woman makes. We hear this. All types of men hear this, but we only hear it when we didn't do something for the woman.
The women I know and I hang out with, when I do hang out with women, they don't do that.
Okay, that's fine. You don't know that.
We've had conversations.
You don't know that.
We've had conversations about
who?
The women I know.
They probably lying. I bet one of them
hurt.
I bet one of them
You hurt.
Yeah, I'm hurt. Yes, I'm hurt. Yes, I'm tired of being called broke, damn it. Listen, I think what it is nowadays, and especially with these female rappers making songs about broke men, I just think that
It's a con.
I think women have in their mind, all types of women have in their mind that if he's not rich, then he's broke. Like there's no in between anymore.
But then what's rich?
What was rich? If he's not a millionaire, if he's not a millionaire, then he's broke. How can that be? You know what?
In
I don't.
these day and age, million ain't rich.
It's not. It's well off, but it's
Right,
not rich.
right.
But no, I cannot wake up and say, "Hey, today I'm taking a private jet to Africa." Mm-hmm. I can't do that. As a matter of fact, those women who talking about buy me a drink can't even do that.
But wait, let me ask you this: if you were able to get up and take a private jet to Africa, would you have taken those women?
Hell no.
Have it.
Hell no. Hell, listen to me. Hell no, would have took neither one of them heifers. And I was on the fence about buying her a drink. I was like, but the point is, we have got, especially our people. Mm-hmm. Now, it ain't just black women that call men broke. It's not. But I'm tired of us being on Front Street with it. Like, we promote that shit. Like, it's like women want to promote negatively a man being broke.
Yeah.
I don't think that, listen, if you have a check coming in, mm-hmm. I don't give a damn what kind of check it is. You got your own roof over your head. You have a vehicle. Your bills are paid. How are you broke? There's no way you're broke. You might have to save for certain events, right? You might have to budget out some things. Well, who don't? Hell, this country lives on a budget. We have a budget as a country.
We so many trillion in the hole.
But
we a broke ass country.
Well, right, we are. But we'll be on for years. But everybody lives on a budget. Right. I don't understand why we're just called broke all the damn time. You don't hear men calling women broke. Let me go one further.
I've heard it though.
Jay, why you always trying to come back with so? Man, I'm so sick of you always talking about, I heard it.
But
you heard
I'm
it one
just
time.
trying to be
You heard it one time.
Listeners. Because I know somebody gonna say, "No, that's not true. I've been told I'm broke."
Jay, well, you heard it one time, and then
I've never personally heard it.
But you just said you heard it, but you heard a man call a woman broke.
Yeah, it's been on social media. A guy was saying these broke women.
Okay, but he's
one of the men bring what you bring to the table.
He's generalizing, but he's not like saying it like you're broke. Okay. He's not like just penalizing them individually.
Okay.
These women are penalizing us men individually, actually as a whole as well. Listen, let me tell you something. Okay, let me get comfortable. Yeah, let me get up now. Listen, you only hear it in the black community. You would never, ever catch an Asian woman or even Hispanic woman on any media platform calling their own men broke.
I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know that because that's not.
Look at my face, America. You will not. You know why? Because one, Asian men listen, let an Asian woman say these Asian men are broke. These Asian men ain't good fathers. These Asian men ain't good lovers. These Asian men don't do this. Asian men would have shut that shit down. They'd have shut that down. Hispanic men, same thing. And I'm going to tell you who would have shut it down. Those women's fathers would have came on that show and shut it down because that is a smack in their face and their culture and their heritage. All that hard work that they do for their children, you turn around and call me broke, that's not happening.
Okay, I hear you.
White women would never say the race of what they're talking about when they're talking about broke. Okay. White women will critique men. They will say, oh, it's a lot of broke men out here. I need a man who's a millionaire. These men aren't good in bed. These men not doing this. They're piss poor fathers. They never say the race. And I don't know why we don't kind of force it out of them. Mm-hmm. Like if someone's interviewing white women and they say men, just ask them, what men you talking about? They'll never say white men. Because if they said if white women got a a trailblaze of fans, right? Saying white men broke, white men ain't doing this, white men piss poor, white men ain't good in bed, white men ain't good at this, white men will shut it down.
Okay.
They will shut it down.
Okay.
We're the only race that lets each other get away with putting each other down.
Okay.
Now, if you want a rich man, hey, ain't nothing wrong with
Have
that.
at it.
You want a particular type of man? That's cool too. But I don't think you have to put anyone else down that doesn't check your boxes.
No.
Just talk about the men that you want as opposed to men that you don't.
Right.
So why knock the men that you don't? Why? I don't know either. I'm
have no
sick of
idea.
it. I'm sick of it. I'm about to get drunk in a minute. Look, I'm sick of it. I just think that we have got to stop putting each other down. If a man doesn't want to buy you a drink, he doesn't have a mansion, he doesn't have a yacht, he doesn't have this, he's not broke. He's just not rich.
He's just living his life.
Man, look here. Let me tell you something. A man, listen, a real man who brings in a check. If we got a TV, we got sports on, we got liquor, we got beer, we got cigars, we got a weed, we got a joint in our mouth. You know how happy we are?
Hey, and the cigar habit is not cheap.
It's not cheap. So you can't be broke having no cigar.
Not by a long shot.
I believe the definition of broke is simply this. After you pay everything, you don't have anything left over. I think your checks just go to your day-to-day living.
Right.
You don't have anything left over. I think that's broke. If you have anything left over to go out, to enjoy yourself, to shop, to go to clubs or whatever, or buy cigars, you're not broke. You're far from broke. So fellas, don't even let these women get to you by calling you broke. Don't even trip off of it. Because all they're doing, they're just mad because you didn't do something that they wanted you to do. Have mercy. That's all I got to say about that.
You gonna be all right?
No, I ain't gonna be all right, damn it, until we stop doing this to each other.
Got your pressure up.
Yeah, man, where the defibrillator at, man? Because I'm about to pass out. We just got to stop doing that, man. Let's go to the next one. Let's roll to the next one.
All right.
We have Christian from Washington, D.C.
All right, hometown.
Okay. This is a new one. We never had him. Well, yeah, we did have someone write in, someone white write in, but we never had a white guy write in. Okay. So this is a Christian says, I'm a 40-year-old white man and a true conservative and a suburbanite, but I am not a racist. As soon as y'all. Man, come on, Christian. You know you giving that away, bruh. Woo. Christian says, I'm not a racist. I have dated nothing but white and Asian women my whole life, but I have a deep secret. Okay, here we go to Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, so did Master.
Right. I've had an attraction towards black women since I was a teen. Okay, I am interested in getting to know this black woman at my job. She's younger than I, beautiful, tall, with beautiful dark skin. She's educated and very shapely with a huge ass and big legs, and I can't stop thinking about her. Yeah, I bet you can't. She is perfect visually, but her character makes me cringe. Yeah. She is loud, rude, too opinionated, sassy, and she has these African braids down to her waist. Hey, you know he white African braids. You gotta call them African braids.
Right.
I don't know, Christian says, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should ask her out or just fantasize in silence from afar.
Yes.
Any advice?
Yeah, stay right there. Fantasize.
I tell you this, Christian, no way, baby. You can forget about it. Stay your ass in your lane.
Yep.
Just fantasize like you all do from afar. That's not for you, dog. That's not you. Listen, you gonna get your feelings hurt. You hear what I say?
She gonna make you cry.
Oh my God. You are infatuated with a black stallion that's gonna buck you like you was riding a damn a bull. She gonna call someone like he was in a rodeo. You're not prepared for it. Hell, black men mostly ain't prepared for it. I know your white self ain't prepared for it, and you're a suburbanite
And a racist.
Oh my God, Christian. Hey, he gave that away when he said I'm not a racist. Okay, it just kills me how you all, not all, but you can be so infatuated by us, but you don't know what to do.
Because they've always been infatuated.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it, but someone
If
like
it doesn't come naturally, leave it alone.
yeah, I was. If she didn't give you any vibe, brother, go on about your business, Christian. Just go on about your business, because a woman like that, she probably would just go ahead and look at you as money bags,
Or call him broke.
or call you broke because you. But he won't be. See, men like that will pay that. He will pay for her. He will do whatever it takes to get what he has always fantasized about since he said, what, a teen. Mm-hmm. I mean, if he has the opportunity, he'll buy it. He'll buy it. If you ain't gonna buy it, he gonna at least lease it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna lease her. He gonna lease her out.
And then she gonna mess around, because in the heat of the moment, he gonna say something like, "You black," and she
yeah, and she gonna cut you.
And she gonna be on 24, next 24.
Yeah, for my man. You know what I'm saying? I will say this, Christian. My opinion, go on home, bro.
Yep.
Go on home.
Like you said, stay in your lane.
Leave it alone. Go on home. And I'm not knocking my sisters. I don't want black women to be writing in QandAshow.com. What you mean talking about he need to stay away from her? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying she's too strong of a woman. He just said she's sassy.
And he's racist. And I'm going to keep saying, because he's racist.
She's sassy. She's too opinionated. That right there should tell you you ain't prepared for it, bruh. So go on and stay in your lane. Mm-hmm. Jay Word, I'll let you rock with this one.
It is what it is. You said it all. He should not approach her, because if he does, he's going to get his feelings hurt. Because the way he described himself, I can, like you were talking about previous show, someone's behind being big, and you had a visual of that. There's a visual in my mind of what he looks like. And the way he described this woman, she's gonna look at him like, who are you talking to, first of all?
I mean, but you know what? We don't know. But suppose he looks like Chris Hemsworth.
Poindexter? Oh.
No, suppose he, we don't know. Suppose he's a real, attractive white guy that a lot of women like. Who knows? And he's just intimidated. You said yourself.
She might bite, but it's not going to last long. It'll last long enough for him to tap that, as they say. But beyond that, I don't see it lasting long.
But I say, you know what? As we talking about this, I'm thinking, suppose she might have the same thing. Suppose she might have
the same fantasy.
I'm not gonna say the same fantasy, but suppose she's attracted to him, but because of how he is, she don't know how to approach him either. I mean, just think about it. Suppose that happens. I mean, suppose it's like
that's always a possibility.
Is it far-fetched, people?
However,
is that far-fetched?
It's like the way he described her. She's the type of woman that approaches men. If she's interested, or she at least at minimum strikes up a conversation, and I don't see it working. But hey, go ahead and try. Let us know how it works.
I say that.
I don't think it's gonna work well, but go ahead and let us know.
I'll say this. I tell you this. One thing about it that we know for sure. Mm-hmm. You white men love them big butts and them big legs, baby.
Won't admit it.
He's admitting it right now, but he ain't admitting it in
public.
Right. Christian probably ain't his real name.
Of course not.
Of course not. You know what? What would you do, Christian, if you did get her? Suppose you did get her.
You got now pay. He now has to pay for them. What do you call them? African braids down to her waist.
Hold on. But suppose Christian did get her. How would you take her home, Christian? You've been saying you've been having this hidden, this infatuation hidden since you was a teenager. Mm-hmm. He has obviously, I guess he has an image. He knows how his family is. How you gonna bring her home? What you gonna do if you do get it? Mm-hmm. What you gonna do? Are you just trying to hit, or you trying to be there?
He's trying to hit. He ain't trying to say it, but he's trying to hit.
I think he's infatuated sexually, but at the same time, what happens if he really falls? What would happen if you did get a woman like that?
Oh, he gonna be.
Could you handle how your family would treat you afterwards.
He gonna disown his entire family.
No, you mean they gonna disown him?
He gonna disown them. If she get him locked down, oh yeah,
Oh yeah, I can see him.
it's done.
Uh-huh.
He done.
You know what I can see? I can see.
He gonna change his name to Kunta Kinte.
Christian B. Chicken George.
Show will.
I'm gonna tell you something. If you get a taste of that black stallion, Christian be laid up in the bed with a
sucking his
Newport.
thumb.
Now he been with a Newport, watching Good Times.
Yes.
Talking about some baby braid my hair and everything. Yes. Yeah. Go on and try it out and cross on over, baby. That's all I gotta say about that. Jay, where you up?
Jackie from Bmore, Baltimore.
Okay. All right, Jackie.
All right. So Jackie says, should parents be held accountable for their kids' actions and or crimes? Thank you for asking that
Hold
question.
up. Repeat that. Should they be accountable for who?
Their children's or their kids' actions or crimes.
Or crimes.
Or crimes.
Now, that's a good one.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. And yes, they should. I think we need to evaluate to figure out how much they should be accountable for it. I think it goes with how you raised your children. Did you raise them in a household where you were an example of what they should be or not? And then told them that you should do this, you do this, and this, but you did everything the opposite. Then that's what they're going to follow, what they see, not what they hear. But I do think they need to be held accountable. I may be a little extreme with it because I have 2 kids that I've raised and they're good people. But I think if my kids were younger and they were out here at 3, 4, 5 in the morning breaking into cars, robbing people's houses at 12, yeah, I should be fined for that. I should be taken to jail for that because I'm the one raising these fools. What you say?
That's a fine line for us to walk as a society. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Because there's so many loopholes to this. Like, for instance, if a child, teenager, 15 years old, steals their parents' car. On the way home, going to a party, on the way home, they get into a car accident and kill someone. Should that parent be accountable? Nah. That 15-year-old stole the keys. The parent was asleep. So should the parent be accountable? See, I think that's a fine line for us to walk. It really it depends on the circumstances.
Right, I think it's a discussion.
True, it is a discussion, and I think they're talking about that now as far as DC council members. If a teenager, child, if you have a gun locked up, okay, and that child, or say you don't have the gun locked up, and that child gets a hold of the gun, goes to school and shoots a teacher, like it's happened before.
Many times.
I believe that parent should be accountable.
Absolutely.
That's when, that parent should be accountable. Should they do the time of the murder? I don't think so, but I still think they should get some jail time behind that.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, let's say there's a 16-year-old teenager. Let's say the father says to the 16-year-old male, "Hey, you're the man of the house while I'm not here. You got to protect, your mom, your sister, whatever." The father works at night.
Okay.
The 16-year-old knows where the gun is.
Okay.
He knows the combination to the lockbox. 16-year-old gets into a fight at school, goes to the lockbox, gets the gun, shoots somebody. Should that child be accountable?
Yes.
I mean, should that parent be accountable?
Yes, the parent should.
That's a tough one.
Let me tell you why.
Talk to me.
As we know, I have guns. So my oldest child, my son, he, after high school, after he was grown, he knows the combination to the lock. My daughter does not. She's never been to the gun range. She has no idea how to hold, how to load, none of that. So she's not been to the gun range yet. I'm not giving her the code to that because it's setting her up for a problem.
Okay, but your son is older. I'm talking about a 16-year-old male.
And that's why he should not have. He should have never been given the combination. Mom, I'm a woman. Mom could have defended herself. Mom has the combination. She should handle that herself.
That's a conversation. That's a conversation to have.
No, that child should have never been given the combination.
I think with this generation is totally different. I grew up in a house full with guns. Mm-hmm. No matter what happened to me outside, I'm not gonna go get the gun and go hurt anybody. I think that what it is it's
why?
Because I knew I had consequences.
There you go. There you go. That's my point.
Okay. So your point is that child should have been reared to have consequences.
Right.
Dire consequences.
Right.
These kids nowadays don't have consequences.
Exactly. Now, at the same time, my daughter has seen, touched, and felt all my guns. Because I don't want her to have the fear or the excitement. Oh, this is something new, something I need to try this out. No, she doesn't have that.
Okay.
But she hadn't been to the range yet, so I'm not comfortable saying, okay, here's the combination. She hadn't been to the range to know how to hold a gun, load a gun, none of that.
Okay. What? Aside from your own kids, these kids out here, a lot of them, they don't have the same parenting. They don't have the same tutelage.
And the parents need to be held responsible.
Okay. I agree the parents need to be held responsible to a certain point. We have to dissect the issue. We have to dissect the subject matter. What happened, why, how, those things. I think if we're worried about kids out here, I think they should go ahead and put in a permanent curfew for kids under the age of 17.
But those same kids are the same ones that ain't going to pay no mind to that curfew because they got parents that aren't going to worry about that curfew.
But as Jackie said, being accountable. If there's a permanent curfew for children under 17, if that child gets caught past curfew, I give the parent a fine.
Okay.
Parent gets a ticket.
Okay.
Now, if parents got to come out the pocket,
they're gonna change.
Oh my goodness! If a parent had to come out the pocket $500 for their children's actions, oh yeah, you're gonna see some changes. Yeah. You're gonna definitely see some changes. I'm an old school cat. I believe we should have never let America take away spankings or how we discipline children in our homes.
I don't know about nobody. They didn't take it away from ours.
It didn't take away from ours either. But nowadays, they should not have taken that away. I believe more disciplined children, I'm not going to say that they don't get in trouble.
Right.
They go to the line
right.
and think about crossing that line because they got consequences.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As opposed to maybe a teenager or a child that does not have any consequences. Yep. You know, there was a time where an adult could say, stop doing that. I'm going to tell your mom, I'm going to tell your father, I'm going to tell your grandmother. And that sent you in a shockwave. You had a heart attack if somebody said, I'm telling your mother something.
Back in our day, I couldn't act up on the block because the neighbor down the street, damn, my mama, I'm going to tell your mama, but come here, I'm going to tear your butt up right now. Anyway.
Bingo. We don't have that anymore. Matter of fact, we have now parents that actually get in neighbors' faces.
Yep.
If a neighbor corrects,
you don't put your hands on my baby.
You know what? Not even the putting the hands on them, but even verbally checking your child. It's like parents getting in people's faces, verbally checking your child. If your child is outside doing something wrong,
acting a fool,
what kids do? I mean, hell, that's what kids do. If an adult says, "Hey, stop throwing those rocks in that street. Don't be throwing them rocks in that street."
Right.
That child is supposed to stop.
Right.
And the parent wasn't outside watching them. Mm-hmm. So, luckily, we have neighbors that's actually watching your kids as well. If that neighbor puts your child in check, you should be thanking the neighbor instead of getting in the neighbor's face. Tell me, yo, look, you want to say something to my child? You said to me. No, you should be like, thank you for watching my child. Let me tear her or his butt up right now, and you say thank you, Ms. Johnson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just think with this question, that's a hard one. I I don't know about jail time, depending on the crime of the child.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But if a child does commit a nonviolent crime and damages happen to my property, then that parent should definitely be accountable.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to pay for my damages.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say if a child was just, I don't know, playing around, broke my window.
Yeah.
At 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Once you get caught, that child's parents, you got to pay for my window. Don't be talking about something I ain't got to pay for nothing. No,
Yes, you do.
Your child broke my window.
Oh, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Now we got a problem.
Exactly.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you should really drop in to Q&Ashow.com and drop your questions and comments in about this question right here. We'd love to hear about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a touchy one, but we'll get back to you on that one. All right, Jay Word, I hear that sound.
Ding,
It
ding,
is
ding.
it is that time. It is for Have You Ever? All right.
What we got?
Have you ever faked an orgasm?
Oh.
Jay Word, you going first on that one. You ever fake an orgasm?
Am I not a female?
What? Oh my God, y'all kill me with that.
Look.
So you mean to tell me every woman has faked an orgasm?
If they haven't yet, they going to.
Oh.
Hey, it's part of trying to keep a happy home. And not
Oh
hurt
my
your feelings.
God. Okay. Well, let me one
You
up.
was having a bad day.
Let me one up on J Word as usual, y'all.
Nah.
Fellas,
What?
will you all please tell women and Miss J Word
Please.
we fake orgasms too?
Okay, so I need to know what that looks like. How do you fake
Let me put my stick down. You know what that look like? You know what that look like?
what?
I should get an Oscar for this. This
right.
is faking an orgasm.
Where Harry met Sally?
Oh shit! He go.
Okay.
Woo! I got an Oscar for that one, baby. That's faking an orgasm. You all have no clue. We fake too.
So why? Why do y'all fake them?
Cause it ain't good.
Oh wow.
It ain't good, and we don't want to hurt y'all feelings.
So after you fake it that time, do you ever go back?
We go back because we want to see
If it was just the one time?
if the night was off, if the
Okay.
stars didn't align that day, it just ain't happened. It just wasn't good. So yeah, we'll go back. Y'all go
Okay.
back too if it wasn't good. You'd be like, okay, well, I'm gonna give him a second shot.
Okay.
And we do the same thing. We like, okay, well, let me see if this can happen again.
So for women tend to fake them when it's not good. Like you said, it's a one-off, possibly, hopefully. We also fake them when we just really ain't in the mood, but we know y'all are, and we just trying to get through it. And hopefully, we're hoping and praying that after we fake it, you done too. But
you know what? Again, I'm gonna hip you to some game. Men fake orgasm. Stop thinking just because you have a vagina, it's good. It take more than that to have good sex, baby.
okay,
You can have a good vagina, but it don't mean you got good sex.
okay,
Same equivalent to, when a man is, he hung, and y'all be like, he got all that penis, and he don't know what to do with it. Well, we
Yep.
say the same
Okay.
thing. We say the
Okay.
same thing. And she got that good vagina, but she don't know what to do with it. Sex game's gone.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It could be several reasons why we fake orgasm. It could be maybe the hygiene ain't up to par.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh wow, is right.
Okay.
Yeah. It could be your breath stink. No, for real. It could be. It could be your breath stink.
So who wrote in? Because see, now I need to know what everybody else is saying.
Okay, let's go with the next writer.
Yeah, please.
We got Quincy. We got Quincy from Minnesota. Quincy from Minnesota says, hell yeah, I fake it. My girl is a freaking machine, so I gotta fake it or she will sex me to death.
Oh.
Damn, Quincy. Luckily for me, Quincy says, I know how to fake it. I clench my ass cheeks and stop moving, and then I start snoring.
Oh.
That's That's a whole act. Okay, I get it though.
He got the Oscar for that one.
I get it, but he's doing it for all the right reasons. He's a machine and he can't keep up, so he gotta fake it.
Okay.
But I want to know, how fast does he fake it? Are you like in 5 minutes, Quince?
She ain't the machine. He's
Yeah.
just not quite there.
Yeah, there you go. He ain't there.
Right.
Come on, Quincy. We're going to have to, you got to get a little bit more in depth.
Yeah.
Next up, we got April from Compton. April from Compton says, yes, I fake it because my man's manhood is so small. He's an amazing man and I love him, but I have to fake it to keep from hurting his feelings. So after he's done in 5 minutes, I just grab my rose and finish the job. You see?
What Missy say? I don't need a 5-minute man.
See, you know what? She said his manhood is so small. Okay, if that's
so he must be a good man. I'll give him that. And she's suffering through, but she gonna have to actually say something. They gonna have to work something out.
I mean, you know, I will say this. I don't know what so small is for women, but I know in sex ed they say something like all y'all need is 4 to 5 inches to get pleasure. Cause something about, you know, that's your G spot right there. Your G spot is only like 4 or 5 inches. You scratch the back of your ear like you need 12. You scratch your ear like you need a horse. You need a horse, huh? He got to put it.
I don't know about no 4 or 5.
He got to put his Johnson in a sling.
I don't know about no 4 or 5 inches. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Oh my good. Okay, but Miss April from Compton, I'm sorry about your problem, but stay with that man because you never know.
And have a conversation, girl.
Well, that too. But don't leave that man, because next time, if you do, what you're gonna do is find that man who's hung, and he ain't gonna treat you like anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's go up. Next one, we got Gwendolyn from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Gwendolyn says, I had to fake it with an ex-boyfriend who used to sex me like he was a rabbit. He'd be pounding away as I perform my porno acting skills with oohs and ahs, and then the grand finale, I'm coming, she says. Then he would come, and that works every time, ladies.
Okay.
I mean, y'all, what's all this faking, man? If we keep acting on each other, you know, without having a conversation about, you know, how to please, all we doing is we're just wasting time. Yep. We're wasting time. Yep. All right, we got the last one. Last one is called For a Good Time, called Miss Vanilla Ice from Ohio. That's the title she gave us. Miss Vanilla Ice Tea from Ohio says, I fake it because my man's manhood is too big and I want to hurry up and get it over with. Get it over with. Enough said.
Okay.
Whew. That's our show for this evening. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to the Q&A show. We'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. on our YouTube station at Q&A Show. Don't forget to drop past our webpage, qandashow.com. Leave those questions and comments. Yours could be the next one read. Pick up Blood, Lies, and Secrets, Amazon.com. Blood, Lies, and Secrets, Amazon.com. We'll see you next Tuesday. God bless.
All right.
Damn. I mean, what she want you want the big one. She want the big one.
And then the other one, the problem was he was too small.
Y'all just don't know what the hell y'all want.